It's pretty late. It's just about 10:30. It's 10:22 on June 28th, and we have officially entered into fireworks season in our neighborhood. Usually it starts earlier than this. I would say late May is typically like a big fireworks start exploding on a nightly basis. Into, of course, the 4th of July is just wild in this neighborhood. And then I would say it goes on until August, late August. In any event, the last few weeks have been relatively calm around here. You know, 1 or 2 or 3 explosions, not too close to us, but you know, they're enough to get our dog Pineapple pretty anxious. So for the last few weeks, I'd say for the last week and a half to 2 weeks, basically every night I've taken him for a little ride in the car, which calms him down quite a bit. I'm not sure why. He used to get worked up in the car. If the car makes any beeping noises or whatever, that would set him off. But this newer car we have, he doesn't seem to be bothered by any of the noises it makes. And in fact, like just taking him out, setting him in the car in the driveway without even moving starts to calm him down. But I would say 20-minute drive every night for the last few nights. Tonight, we had some major fireworks, like the kind that shake your whole house, you know, directly above our roof, right in the street, right in front of us. So there's nothing we can do about it. You know, the neighbors are going to do what they're going to do. But we did take him for a ride. Jessica came with me tonight. We were out not that long. I had given him his anxiety pills around 5:30 or 6. They usually take about 2 to 3 hours to kick in. So while we were driving, he calmed down, laid on the floor, and relaxed a little bit. We decided let's risk it and go home. Hopefully there won't be any fireworks too close. And there aren't any right now that are close, but the second we got home, we start hearing them, and then it sets them off again. So aside from the car rides, a thing that calms him down is just being carried, like, you know, carried like a little baby. He only weighs about 14 or 15 pounds, so he's not that heavy, but you can't carry a weight like that for more than 15 or 20 minutes before it starts to become too heavy. Not to mention I have other work I want to do. So I put him in the backpack sometimes, and you see I'm wearing a backpack. I'm going to try to see if I can do a little fashion show and do a little spin so you can see him and see how he looks in the bag. I'm not sure I can't see the camera, so I'm not sure if you can see him or not. But I think he's pretty calm right now. He has no qualms being in this bag. He actually really likes it. So there he is. I can see him a little bit. Pineapple, look this way, buddy. Look at the camera. There he is. So anyway, I got him with me tonight to be my little apprentice, I guess. I'm going to pack up these 6 orders that came today. It's Saturday night, so it's not really required to do it, but I don't want to be overwhelmed if a lot of sales come tomorrow. So I'm going to get these 6 orders done, ready to go out Monday morning, and we might as well just get started. Okay, so here we are. He's on my back. He seems to be pretty calm right now. I can hear him panting a little bit, which tells me that he is still a little bit worked up, but I think by the time we're done, I think we're going to be ready for bed and he's going to be nice and calm. Okay, before we start packing, I pulled all of the sales that are going out today, these 6 items. But before we do that, let's check on yesterday's sales and add them to my tally board behind us. So yeah, 6 sales on Friday. That added up to $106.05. So let's add those. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. So there's 6 sales. That's this is just keeping track of how many sales come in each day of the week, and we'll figure out if one day is more likely to get more sales. And right now it looks like Tuesday is the winner. That's been going on since April 1st. What did I say it was? June worth of information there, but I think I'm going to just keep going for as long as I can. All right, let's get these orders packed. So right here, this Hudson's Bay company duffel bag, like a market bag, or I think it's called a city bag. 22nd at a small. I paid $5 for it. I had it sitting for a while. Everything I bought that day, I just put in here, and it took me a little while to get to that listing, that inventory, but I heard the news that the Hudson's Bay company was, I don't know if they were totally out of business or they were just shutting down a bunch of stores, but it's a Canadian store. They're famous for these wool blankets, and some of those can go for big money. I saw this at the store. I just knew the brand name. I've never seen any of this stuff in person, so I was excited to grab that because I knew I think some of those blankets sell for like $2,000. So I thought maybe I got a $2,000 tote bag here. It turns out it's not worth that much, but I did hear the news that they were shutting down after 380 years or something they've been in business. They're finally coming to an end, and I thought I probably should get these listed ASAP while there's some news, while it's in the news. I'm trying to find an appropriate box, and I don't think this one is going to be big enough. This is going to work. This might be too big, but whatever. It's a sale. I sold this bag for $55. So when did I list it? It was listed on the 25th. So I had it for over a month before I got it listed. Listed for 3 days and sold for $55. When things were sold at a discount. So I think this one was, I think they sent me an offer. I probably had it listed for $59.99, and they sent an offer of $55. So I took that offer and got this sold. I only paid $5 for it, so that's 10 times what I paid. That's not too bad. It certainly isn't necessary, but I'm gonna put, if these two will be big enough, I'm gonna try to put this inside of these plastic bags so that it doesn't rub around against this cardboard while it's shipping. It's gonna be fine. Garage sale season. I've been doing good. I'd say for how long it's been, but I've been trying to avoid going out and sourcing too much because, like I said, I just have a lot of inventory that needs to get listed. Use these. I'm gonna use a bunch of these to fill up this box. And it's thin, so this box is a little bit bigger than it probably needs to be. But I'm gonna put it in here, pack as much air around it as I can, and then get the lid closed. Was shutting down. I came home and started emptying the inventory out of this bag, and I got it listed as soon as possible because I figured it's gonna be in the news. And this, I guess we don't hear about it that much in the US, but this is a long-running Canadian store. It's like pretty important store, memorabilia. So I didn't see any of these bags. There's no history of a bag that looks exactly like this, so I just kind of took a wild guess on how much to price it for. Priced because somebody wanted to pay $55 for it. All right. Okay, here we go. We're finishing this one up. Hudson 15. This is going to be 5, 6. 20, 15, 6. And I saw another barcode on here I want to cover. Shipping labels. So go to Canada, but it's going to Ohio. All right, that's one down. Vans off the wall. They're size 13, which this is the size I wear. I think, did I even try these on? I think I did try them on and decided to get rid of them. I think they were uncomfortable for me. They're nice though. I like them, and they're just a little bit scuffed around the corners. I got these from the Goodwill. I paid $9 for them in February of this year, February 25th. So I paid $9 for them. I have a sale going on right now in my shop. I'm trying to end the month. I mean, we're getting towards the end of the month. So I'm trying to increase some numbers for the end of the month as quickly as possible, or as much as possible, and see if I can't come out ahead this month. So we have a sale going on, 20% off everything that is 90 days old or older. Okay, I gotta find some. This is inches long. It's probably not long enough for 13. I've been bringing home fewer boxes, or used boxes that I can reuse, but I haven't had access to them as much as usual lately. So I'm using more and more of the boxes that I purchase, which I don't mind using them, but they're not, the ones that I have in stock here aren't always the appropriate size. for stuff that I'm trying to ship. So here, this box is, I'm gonna make it work, but it's gonna be the way I'm gonna pack these shoes. These unusual packing materials, I like to use them as quickly as possible than else to use standardized stuff. But if you get access to things that gonna be a huge, here, this pair of shoes, dollars after fees and everything, we're probably gonna be looking at like $15 or $16 profit on these. It's warm down here tonight. I'm running a little slow. It has been a long day. I probably didn't leave the house until 10. I spent maybe $100. I think I did get quite a lot of stuff. I got a big bunch of Harley Davidson shirts. I'll show you maybe next time or in a couple of times. But I feel like I'm running on slow mode right now. All right, right here I have these Crystal Image acrylic salt and pepper shakers. They're nothing special, but they're pretty vintage, and they're sort of like a classic look that somebody might remember from grandma's kitchen table, made in the USA. Still brand new in this package and everything. I'm not sure when barcodes were introduced to the market, but I would guess these are early 80s. I bought these for $1.90 at Goodwill in January, the very end of January. I sold them for $14.39. So these are also a sale item. So the sale has been working, I guess. The entire day today, I had no sales happening. And then maybe 2 hours ago, one after another, like every 5 minutes, I got these 6 sales coming in. I did read online that there's been some eBay technical issues, which who knows if that's true or not, but it does seem to come up pretty often that eBay's down or there's something weird going on with eBay, in which case sales for sellers. And I've never once seen eBay say anything like, you know, we had a outage today and we're sorry. It does seem to happen pretty often, really. You'll see the site's not working. Okay, so yeah, these we're gonna end up making about, I'm gonna guess we're making $9 on these. I'm gonna buy shipping labels for all of these packages and then go over exactly how much money we made on each one, and also total for the day, and we'll see about average per day for the month. You know, I'm gonna go through all of my financials and we'll see exactly how much money we're making. This is just a way to show people what it can be like to just be a part-time eBay seller. You know, it's not, everybody's not making millions of dollars, but you can definitely make money, double amount of work. Pepper shakers, this weighs only 8 and it's 10 by 7 by 3 and it's going to the, somebody's been messing around. Okay, this is another thing. I don't have a box that fits. So let's look around, see what we can come up with. I found one last night that was the perfect size in this stack in here. This is so close, but no, I tear down and stack them in a way where I can tell what size they are and keep everything organized, but that takes a lot of time. So I don't always get to that. All right, I only have one of these left now. I started with 15. It seems to be the case with multi-quantity listings that eBay's algorithm doesn't really push them until one of them sells on its own organically. But then once that one has sold, you know, it just went like that. Then there was a little bit of a slowdown, and then one sold a couple of days ago, and now there's only one left. So they've been selling. You know, they're not incredible money makers because I spent up on them a little bit, $3.74 a piece, even though I knew they were only worth $15 to $20. So they're not like incredible money makers. But once they started selling, they moved fast, and that's the kind of thing I like. Something that sells fast. I only had to make one listing, and that's it. You know, any money that we make on this is okay. Next, they have their brands that they are loyal to, and Tito's I know is a popular brand. So I saw this, I looked it up. It did seem to be going pretty well. Like I think it was selling for like, I don't know, between $50 and $60 at the time. But I've had it for quite a while. But for whatever reason, I decided to pay $16 for it, which is something I would never do. Like if I'm going to pay $16, I want to get like $80 or $100 in the return. You know, I want to sell it for that. ideally. So this only sold for like 35, maybe 33. I'll tell you. I'll confirm that here in a second. 31.99. So $16 into $31.99 is like just barely, not even doubling the money. So after fees and everything on this, I mean, I'm gonna take a stab and say we're gonna make $80 on it. $8, 16, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I wouldn't buy this again, but it is a cool little thing, and I'm glad to have had it and moved it through here. But now it's gone, so good riddance. I bought this in, I mean, it feels longer ago. I bought this just in February. It seems like anything that I bought this year is kind of new. I'm just gonna write Tito's on here. 10 ounces. And where's it going? It's going to KD, in Nebraska. Okay, I was just thinking that I might have sold everything that I got from this convent that was getting ready to be demolished, but I didn't. I still have quite a few of these. I think I have 3 lots of these vintage light fixture globes. I sold a lot of light fixtures that I got out of that. It was a convent. There was a church, a convent, and a rectory that were all destined for demolition, and they had a sale there. They weren't really telling people that all the fixtures and everything were for sale, but I figured it out and I took every light fixture I could get my hands on. Most of that stuff was from the 40s and was, pretty cool. I did very well on some fixtures that I sold. And these aren't too bad either. Like I said, I have 3 lots of 3. These only sold for $38.99, but if I can sell those other 2, that's $100 right there. These were like way up in the ceiling, and I had to like find a box to stand on just to even unscrew these. There's no way I could get the fixtures that they were attached to, but I really wanted the whole thing. It's just not possible. Let's get one of these boxes. I might consider double boxing these. It's only $38. It's not like it's $1,000, but these are pretty rare pieces that if somebody needs them, there's no way to get them, so I don't want any of them getting broken. This box is gonna be just big enough to hold these 3, but not big enough to really put a lot of void around to keep them safe. So I think I will double box it. It's in here. All right, I'm gonna roll up a couple of them, double. This is really for optics more than anything. This bubble wrap doesn't do much to protect them. I'm gonna have plenty of paper around them. That's gonna really be the thing that does it. Keeps them safe. Okay, that feels pretty safe, but I'm gonna grab one of these 12 by 12, 12, 12, 12, and put it inside. This might be considered overkill. I don't know. I just for a second I was thinking, why is my back hurting? So I had forgotten that I have pineapple on my back right now. I'm gonna shorten this one a little bit. This full box definitely is overkill. And luckily, these boxes have these pre-scored lines to fold it and make it a little shorter. I wish this guy had bought all 9 of them. That would have been great. Maybe he wants to see how the first 3 work out and then he'll buy the rest. Hopefully, that'd be great. Okay, we're getting close. One more little ball in here and we'll call that enough. Okay, that feels good. That seems like a good box. I can still hear some fireworks out there. Right now it's 10:58. I was hoping they would be done before I was. Okay, good enough. That's gonna be 3 pounds. That's just under 4. 12 by 12 by 11, and it's gonna go to MP. So this one probably is gonna cost me a little bit more in shipping than the buyer paid, but we'll find out right now because I'm going to shut the video down, put all of this info into the eBay bulk shipping label purchasing page and get all these labels purchased. And then I'll come right back and tell you how much money we made on all these items. So be right back. Okay, we're back. I have these all stacked up here. They all have labels. We spent about $45 on shipping labels today. So not too much, but not well, whatever I'm trying to think of. I'm having a hard time tonight. I think you could tell I'm slowing down. Okay, it is it's time to go through and talk about how much money we made on each of these things. So the Hudson's Bay Company tote bag after fees and shipping label and everything. Total profit on that is $41.83. So pretty good return for a $5 item. The Vans, the old school Vans, after fees, $18.97. That little set of salt and pepper shakers did a little better than I thought, $12.09. The Marlboro cooler, $11.18. That William Murray Tito's Vodka shirt, that did better than I expected too. I was thinking, what did I say, $8? It made $12.67 after all fees and everything. And then finally, the light globes, the replacement lights, that's $28.42 total profit on those. So total for the day, it's 10:34 tonight. This, I think, is probably going to be the last. There probably will be no more sales tonight. That's my guess. The total profit for today, $125.16. So we're getting closer. We're inching closer and closer, it seems like, all the time towards the $150 days that I need in order to reach my goal of earning $50,000 this year. But the average sale price has gone up. Average sale per item, average profit per sale, rather, $27.11 right now for the month of June. And then the average profits for each day is $116.21. So that's the one I need to get to be 150-ish in order to reach my goal. So that's it for tonight. Like I said, I don't usually have to pack on Saturday nights, but I wouldn't want to have to do these tomorrow and also any sales that come in tomorrow. So get them out of the way tonight, and then we'll worry about tomorrow's sales tomorrow. Hopefully we won't have to worry about fireworks tomorrow, and we won't be carrying a dog around in our back. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye. Okay, we're going to try again. All right, we're going to try to get Pineapple out of the bag here and take him upstairs. So I decided to just shoot a couple of minutes here and see how he's doing. You want to come out? You want to come outside? You want to go outside? He is very, very dopey. Those anxiety pills get him they really affect him pretty strongly. Sometimes he gets Benadryl too, in which case he just really falls asleep. So you see I put these clips on here so that the zippers don't unzip while he's in here. I just sewed that on there a couple of nights ago. Okay, come on, bud, let's get out. Let's get out of there. Come on, my boy. Whoa, come on, jump out. Come on, buddy, let's go. Stand up, stand up. There he is. Here's my boy. Pineapple boy, here. Say hi to everybody. You okay, bud? You want to go upstairs? You want to go to bed? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Okay, we're going to go outside. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.